Hi everyone and welcome back to Rachel's Enchanting Cakes. Just look what I have for you today. So these adorable unicorn cakesicles are actually filled with marshmallows. Really simple to do with a chocolate coating. They are absolutely delicious. I would recommend this for beginner bakers as they are so simple and easy to make. As always, everything you need to know in a simple step-by-step format. Let's make a start. Today I am using the unicorn horn popsicle molds by Sweet Stamp. Now when I place in the actual popsicle sticks that come with this set, I am adding them upside down just because I'm using them for marshmallows and not ice pops. Now if you want to, you can colour your own chocolate. However, I find it a lot easier to use the pre-made chocolate drips, and this one's delicious. It's a strawberry flavour and you literally just melt it in the microwave and it can be used over and over again. Simply follow the instructions on the drip you are choosing to use. So once you have melted the product in the microwave, simply add this to one of the molds. Now I take my time doing this. Remember, this can be melted over and over again, so there is no rush. Simply add it directly to the mold and you just want to move the mold around so it's attached to all of the sides. You will also find that this sets relatively quick. So it's tempered really well, none of the fat comes to the top and it sets beautifully. All you then do is repeat that for the other two unicorn horns. I did need to place my chocolate back into the microwave for a short period of time because it sets lovely and fast. And just remember a little tip: wash the nozzle on the end when you have finished with it. This will prevent it from blocking up, but make sure it's completely dry before using it again because you should never mix chocolate with water. I'm now going to show you how to add the marshmallows. Now you can make your own marshmallows or use any sort of shop bought marshmallows. I place them in a microwavable bowl. Place this to one side and then add a piping bag directly to a deep glass because we're going to be adding the melted marshmallows to this in order to apply them to our cakesicles. I melted my marshmallows on short 10-second bursts in the microwave just to be careful not to burn them, and then whilst they are still soft and pliable, simply add them directly to the piping bag. So I've allowed my marshmallows just to cool down slightly, and I have also placed these chocolate unicorn horns in the freezer for about 15 minutes. I didn't want to risk the marshmallows being too hot and the chocolate not being cold enough so that the chocolate actually melts, so just bear that in mind. You then simply pipe this into each unicorn horn. Now because I have not allowed it to be too hot, it is starting to set. That's not a bad thing, it just means we're not going to melt the chocolate. When I have finished doing this, I then place it back into the freezer. You could put it in the fridge if you wanted to, just to speed up the setting process slightly before we add our next layer of chocolate. So I have melted my chocolate drip again in the microwave, and then I very carefully and neatly just fill in the tops of these horns. You can go over it with a knife if you want to, but I think you'll find this chocolate actually, it's lovely, and when it's melted it sets really fast, but it's also very, very runny. It'd be fantastic for a drip cake, so I found that I didn't need a knife to neaten this up. I then placed this directly in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Now as long as you've left everything to set correctly, these are so easy to get out of the mould. Just push down where the actual cake pop is and just pull away the mould and they will just clip out really, really easily. Now you could leave it like that. That is a beautiful cakesicle, or should I call it a cakesicle? We filled it with marshmallows. The kids are going to love it, but I'm going to show you in a very quick way how you can turn it into a unicorn. Very, very simple, quick and easy. Using the unicorn ears, horns and lashes mould by Katie Sue and a high quality modelling paste, add some white fondant for the horn, 2 pieces of white fondant for each unicorn ear, and black fondant for each eyelash, which I do using some very tiny sausage shape. A good tip when using moulds, place it in the fridge. It allows all of that modelling paste to go lovely and hard, and it's very easy to remove. Using edible glue, simply apply all of the fondant essence directly to your unicorn horn. Remember, if you wanted to, you could even use modelling chocolate instead. Using fake Hall's Regency Gold Luster Dust and a dipping solution, make an edible paint to use on the horn and the inside of both of the ears. Finally, using a Dresden tool covered with a small amount of Trex vegetable fat, I apply some very fragile edible stars and sprinkles. And it really is as simple and as easy as that. Happy baking everyone, and I'll be back soon with an awful lot more new, completely free content.